For those of us who know, narcissists do not like to be ignored. And in their mind, they are the most important person in the world who deserves to be worshiped, adulated, idolized for absolutely no reason at all. They treat people like objects to be used up, then discarded, and yet they expect to be honored as if they are gods. And it makes zero sense. And their self centered behavior causes it leaves a trail of destruction in the lives of those around them, and who the narcissist sees as nothing more than a material item. Ignoring a narcissist flat out will cause them to react, and very hard. They will see it as a personal attack in which you need to be punished. Their ego, it must protect that false image at all costs, and it will not hesitate to crush you in the process. And there are a few reasons why you decide that ignoring a narcissist is the best way to go. And maybe you've figured them out and feel that not engaging with them is the best course of action, or you don't know what else to do other than to ignore their incessant phone calls, messages, accusations, and other abusive behavior being hurtled at you. So let's explore the dynamic of ignoring the narcissist. Narcissists, they explode whenever they are ignored. And ultimately, ignoring a narcissist means that you are holding out on giving them the very thing that they live for. That is narcissistic supply. And by you withholding their drug, their supply, they will react as any other drug addict would. They will lash out. Narcissists need to be the ones wielding the power, and by you ignoring them, they are no longer in control. And remember, it's all about power and control. And you have effectively taken back the control into your hands. The ball is in your court, whether you realize it or not. Narcissists do not want you to find out that they are the ones who need you and not the other way around. On top of losing control and having their supply cut, ignoring a narcissist will also trigger a narcissistic injury, meaning that one or many of their deepest inner wounds have been opened, they've been triggered, and these may include things such as rejection, shame, humiliation, abandonment, and betrayal. And the narcissist, they cannot bear to feel or acknowledge any of their vulnerabilities. So what they'll do is they'll immediately lash out and project those same vulnerabilities, all of those things onto you instead. In the narcissist delusional world, you have to remember they actually believe the projection they've superimposed onto you. They believe it truly represents you instead of them, and they genuinely see that you are the one to blame who is causing them difficulties, not the other way around. And as the narcissist lives behind a false self, which is ruled by ego, they cannot risk having any of their other truths revealed. And this ego will annihilate anyone who threatens to unmask the false self. The narcissist may ignore you right back. They are better than all of us at ignoring. And narcissists, they deem themselves as being above us mere mortals, and they certainly do not want to be chasing old supply that should be still serving their needs without question. And they're happy enough to chase new supply for a short period of time because that supply is fresh and it's exciting and it gives them a lot of good energy. However, once they've idealized and hooked you in, they do not intend on doing much else to keep you there besides erode your entire sense of self so that you feel too worthless to leave. And the idea is to make you feel like you're dependent on them and not the other way around. So if you ignore the narcissist, they may wait you out and expect you to come crawling back to them. Not only will they not acknowledge that destructive behavior which pushed you away in the first place, but they will in fact expect you to be on your knees, groveling to them, ready to sweep all of that stuff under the rug. And if ignoring you doesn't work, then they will bring some fake apology or promises of change in the future. And this is often where people get tripped up and they accept the apology because they want so badly for the narcissist to change and actually acknowledge and take responsibility for the behavior that hurt us so badly. And coverts, they are especially good at feigning empathy, which is why it is hard for us to see in the beginning that the empathy was merely an act to get what they wanted, the supply from us. Every single time a narcissist comes back, you have to remember that they have not changed one bit, and they are telling you everything they want to hear, which is, it may be admitting to all of the horrible things they've done, which means they know exactly what they are doing or what they were doing at the time. So this will probably get you back into line, and you will continue to let them feed fuel from you, which empowers them to continue abusing you. You must stop. And after trying these fake apologies and future faking and breadcrumbing, if these things didn't work, it's time to pull out the victim card. And I as a victim of narcissistic abuse can tell you that, and somebody with empathy, I would say, this one has worked on me so many times that it pains me to even think about it. So when the narcissist plays the victim, they know exactly how to pull on your heartstrings and have you feeling empathy, compassion, and sympathy for them. And they know how hard it is for you to say no, and they will use that against you every single time. So be prepared for the crocodile tears, which will look and feel real. And you may be questioning, are they really a narcissist? With zero empathy. And they are so good at convoluting storylines that before you know it, you are almost believing the bullshit coming out of their mouths because they are so convincing. And remember that ignoring them is the best way not to get swept up in these elaborate versions of a false reality, so that you don't find yourself handing your power back over to them before you've even had time to think about it. And another thing that happens when ignoring a narcissist is they'll throw accusations at you, and they'll give you a pity party tactic. They'll resort to these accusations, which we know are completely false, but that makes it even more painful because we know it's projection, which is a favored ploy of the narcissist, but they simply refuse to look at their own behavior or ever take responsibility for the part that they have played in this situation. As a healthy person would think, why is this person ignoring me all of a sudden? What have I done that may have hurt them? The narcissist never thinks like that. And all of the deep wounds that have been triggered due to being ignored exist, even if the narcissist does not acknowledge them. So again, they'll superimpose these things, the very things that they're doing, onto you. So everything they accuse you of doing, they are doing themselves. And since their malfunctioned reality it sees you as being the doer of all things bad, they will accuse you of all of the bad things they have been up to. By ignoring the narcissist and disengaging at this point, it's the best and only thing that you could do. It's a very wise thing to do because it protects you from getting sucked into an argument or getting sucked back into the relationship or feeling the need to defend yourself from their accusations. And they are thinking, if I can get this level of reaction out of them, then I must be extremely important and powerful. They want you to get worked up. They want you reacting because it gives them that negative supply, the attention and the supply, which is the only thing that makes them feel important and the only thing that they use us for. My name is Sara Ann Brown, and this is Narcissistic Abuse 101.